Hey everyone, what's up? It's Jaden and it is February 25th of 2014. Um, it's not really going to be too much of a long video, but in my last one I covered that I was going to be starting the T-25 workout, and I did. I started Sunday, actually, and I started basically stretching, and let me tell you, I've stretched muscles that I probably didn't realize existed or that I haven't stretched in a while. But what I can say is I felt really good afterwards. Like a lot of my muscles actually felt relaxed and it didn't hurt as much. Um, though yesterday, um, Monday was cardio, and I did pretty good with it for the first little bit. Um, I didn't successfully complete the whole 25, unfortunately. Um, but once it got to the lunges, I was able to do the first, I think it was like the first like one or two um, sets of lunges that he was providing. But once I got to like the where you were in like a lunge position and then you hop 180 into another lunge position, um, going back and forth kind of put a little more of a strain on my knee than I think it was prepared to. For anybody, I'm not quite sure if I've covered this whatsoever. A while back, um, I sustained a knee injury. No idea how it managed to happen, but um, we couldn't figure out what exactly was going on with it. There wasn't really anything that was showing that it was injured or anything. So over the years, just kept doing what playing my sports, being active, being me. And finally, a couple of years ago, it started to get really, really painful, to where the cold weather really affected it, and just certain positions for a very long time really affected, like anything that basically required me to have my knee bent for long periods. Really, really, hating that pain factor. Um, so I finally got into. I finally talked to my primary at the time about it, and she recommended me to a physical therapist. And it turns out it was like just not like one thing, but it actually like set off um a whole just like parade of you know issues, because the rest of my leg was basically trying to compensate for that one injury. But what had happened basically, uh, over the years, my left kneecap actually, like, instead of like being like where it should, like say this is like my knee right here, instead of my kneecap being where it should, it actually like slipped off to the left, which in turn with it shifting, off of where it should have been, um, it caused my ITB, like basically my band, to really, really become tense, which made doing the shots really painful. And on top of that, it caused um, my quad muscle to become extremely weak, because there was nothing for it to support, pretty much. Like it had, nothing to support. It was just basically like useless to me. And then in my calf, my support muscle actually like slipped back, all from trying to compensate for my knee. And what in turn what it resulted in was me having a limited range of motion as far as like my left side is concerned. uh my Because of my band being so tight, it wasn't allowing like a full range. I guess it was I think it was like half that or something. I don't even know. So it was just like it kind of like compensated for a lot of it. So I finally like started my physical therapy. I started getting it back on the right track. I was using kinesio tape, which I need to buy more of. That stuff works amazing for me. But I was using like kinesio tape, and I was doing the exercise I needed to do. I was going, I think it was twice a week to start, or it may have only been like once a week, but either way, I was going like consistently because it, like, basically the way that my physical therapist put it, she basically told me straight up that if I had continued to, let it go the way that it was going, eventually down the road I would have required surgery. And I was at that point where I went and got it seen sooner, so that basically just going for physical therapy would have helped shift everything back into place. So I did that for a while, and it actually started to help. I had finally stopped like with the smoking as well, so I was using my primary had me on the albuterol, and I was actually getting um, I was actually able to basically be active again. Now, um, combining the cardio with um, today was the speed 1.0. Combining those two, I didn't realize how much I was having to rely on, inhalers or on physical therapy because my body was just like, oh my god, what are you doing to me? um, but I was successful on the speed 1.0. However, I was unfortunately not successful on the cardio because of that knee. So I'm hoping that I can, get back up there. A friend of mine actually recommended yoga to help with that leg problem. She said that it helped for her, especially because it's in a band. Like, the band area, and then it's the quad muscle, and then it's the support muscle. She was like, try some yoga. That she was like, I die by that pretty much. Um, so she recommended that, and so I'm gonna try and incorporate some of the yoga as well and see if that doesn't help with the knee. And I also need to invest in some more kinesio tape um, to shift that knee back and then hold it there, so that my leg's not having to do twice the work, but it's just doing the work that it needs to in order to strengthen it. But tomorrow is total body circuit. So we'll see how it goes. So far, I like it. I'm learning that after I do each workout, I'm having a lot more energy. So I'm more like focused. I'm just like, it's pretty much like somebody just like pumped me full of energy basically from like doing this. So but we'll see. And I think what I'll start doing is every Saturday is kind of like a chill day. So I think throughout all this, I'll start like every Saturday. I'll start doing like an update of like that week. Like how that week went for me, because they switch up the weeks on like the workout days. But Saturdays are always chill days, and Sundays are always stretch days. So um, I think on Saturdays I'm gonna start doing the updates, especially as far as the T-25 is concerned. Um, so yeah, like, I mean, other than that, there's nothing else really. Nothing else to really discuss. I don't mean to be honest. It's actually surprisingly it's actually pretty early, but I went to bed early last night, so I had a really bad headache. But yeah. So until next time.